All right, let's talk about bridging that huge gap between brilliant ideas and what actually gets done in the real world. We're going to break down a really powerful strategy for taking all those great insights from research and actually making them work for you and your team, like right now. You know the feeling, right? You read this amazing, game changing article or case study, and you're all fired up. But then you turn around and look at the actual chaos on your desk, and it feels like there's no way to connect the two. It's super frustrating. But what if there was a system, a real method for closing that gap for good? Okay, so first things first, let's just agree that this gap is not a personal failure. It's not your fault. It's actually the natural starting point for solving any problem that really matters. Think of it like this. Theory gives you a map, but reality is the bumpy, muddy, unpredictable terrain you actually have to walk through. The trick isn't finding a perfect map, it's about building a really reliable bridge. So, how do we build that bridge? Well, we're going to take a classic tool from the academic world, the literature review, and we're going to totally transform it. We're turning it from something that sounds like a boring chore for a research paper into a powerful, practical strategy for actually getting things done. Let's just redefine this right now. Forget this scary, intimidating academic version. A practical literature review is just a focused investigation. You're not trying to become the world's leading expert on everything. No, you're on a mission to find the answer to one simple question. How have other smart people already solved the exact same kind of problem I'm staring at right now? And look, this whole process, it's not just about gathering information. It's more like a formula, a recipe really. It delivers three concrete, tangible outcomes that turn all that reading into a clear plan of action you can take straight to your team. Let's break that down. First, you get credibility. Your idea is no longer just, hey, I have a gut feeling about this. It's now based on real strategies that have actually worked for other people. Second, you get synthesis. This is where you get to cherry pick the absolute best parts from different places and combine them into a strategy that's perfectly tailored for your situation. And finally, and this is the best part, you get a testable hypothesis, a crystal clear action plan. Okay, so the goal here is to move from having a pile of interesting articles on your desk to having a single, powerful plan in your hand. So let's look at the actual process for making that happen. It's a really simple three-step process. First, you discover. You go out and do the research to see what's out there. Then you synthesize. You start connecting the dots, pulling together the most promising ideas. And finally, and this part is absolutely crucial, you formulate all of it into a simple, direct, if-then statement. And this is exactly what that if-then statement looks like in the real world. See how plain that is? It's not vague at all. It's a specific action. We're going to implement this new onboarding strategy, and it's linked directly to a measurable outcome. Employee engagement will go up. This is the heart of your action plan. It's clear, it's concise, and most importantly, you can actually test it. But wait, building this bridge isn't a one-and-done kind of deal. That hypothesis you just created, that's just the beginning of a really powerful continuous loop. It's a cycle that lets you and your whole organization get smarter with every single thing you try. So the cycle always kicks off with theory. And by theory, I just mean what we think we know. This is your starting point. It's built from all the research you did, and it's captured in that awesome if-then hypothesis we just made. It's basically your best educated guess based on what others have already figured out. Okay, so from theory, you immediately jump into practice. This is the action phase. This is where you stop talking and start doing. You take that hypothesis off the whiteboard and you put it to the test in the messy real world. You actually launch that new onboarding strategy. This is where the rubber meets the road. And all that action, it generates the most valuable thing you can possibly get: evidence. You measure the results. Did employee engagement actually go up? By how much? Did something weird or unexpected happen? This is the raw data from your experiment, showing what really happened when your beautiful theory collided with reality. And this is where the magic happens. This is the virtuous cycle in action. Your theory informed what you did in practice. Your practice generated hard evidence. And now that brand new evidence makes your original theory better. And here's the best part. It doesn't even matter if you succeeded or failed. Either way, you're smarter now, and the evidence you just created becomes the foundation for your next, even better hypothesis. So this brings us all the way back to that messy desk, to that complicated problem that's been nagging you for weeks. With this framework, it's no longer some immovable object. It's just a starting point. So the only real question left is, what's the first problem you're going to build a bridge for?